Welcome to A Lunch with Biggie, a podcast about small business and creatives sharing their stories and inspiring you. My guest today is serving up scallion pancakes rolled up into burritos, an Asian-inspired fusion filled with so many flavors that will make you say, I'll have whatever The Rock is cooking. Please welcome the man behind Burrito Boys Orlando, Berman, The Rock Rodriguez. Rock, what's going on, man?
What's up? What's going on, Biggie?
I'm so glad to have you. It's definitely, I've been meaning to have you on for a while, so I appreciate you taking the time to hang out and have a lunch break with me.
Yes,
I
sir.
always like to ask the question, and this one's going to be like a kind of like a two-parter. I want to have the Rock answer not inside Burrito Boys, and then the Burrito Boy answer. So what's your go-to lunch or sandwich, and then what's the go-to burrito order at Burrito Boys?
All right, my go-to sandwich, I'm not gonna lie, is the chicken tender pub sub.
Okay. Okay.
I always that's a must. But if we want to go locally, the first spot that I would want to touch down on is going to be Stasio's. Always.
Yep.
That's going to be my number one.
Yep. So well, I gotta go deep because as a food person, I gotta ask these questions for you. So what's in the pub sub? What's the pub sub order with the chicken tenders, and then what's your Stasio order?
All right, the pub sub. I'm like a regular smegular, bro. Like I'm not gonna get crazy with it. Just chicken tenders, mayo, the what's it called? The sub sauce that they have with onions, spinach, tomatoes, and banana peppers. And then I like to put Gouda cheese, smoked Gouda cheese.
Okay. I like that.
That's my go-to.
I like that. What about Stasio's?
At Stasio's, I always got to get their breakfast sandwiches. Oh, he came up with a sandwich for me one time, and I always order that breakfast sandwich, and it's spicy. It's a folded egg on mozzarella, right, on there. Yeah, I'm about to get crazy with some broccoli raw, and he uses spicy Italian sausage, fire. And then I always get like their special of the week. Like I always mess around with the special of the week.
Yeah. Okay. And then lastly, because I can't leave out Burrito Boys, what's the go-to burrito order?
Man,
I know they're all your babies, but I'm just curious.
Like, babies. So
what's the one, or what do you think is the most popular one, like the go-to that everyone like? It always hits on it.
The Cali. Right now, everybody's going crazy over the Cali. That thing is just flies out my hands every time. I sell out of it so quick. I've been having to have more steak than I usually tend to have at the pop-ups. I started with getting 6 pounds, then I started jumping to 8 pounds, and now it's I'm coming out with 12 to 17 pounds every time I come out. It's crazy, bro.
That is nuts. That's nuts.
Steak. But I mean that thing is just crazy. And then my online Burrito Boys on Uber Eats is the shrimp katana, hands down. That's my favorite.
Yeah, it was like a tempura shrimp one. That's like freaking. It's awesome.
I'm about to eat one in a little bit, bro.
Okay, right after. All right. So let's talk Burrito Boys. Where did the name come from? Where did the idea come from? What's the origin story of Burrito Boys?
All right. So it might have been 2000, early 2023. Just in my apartment, going through stuff, trying to figure life out. I think 2022, I started the page, the Rock is Cooking page, right? And then I just kind of started making videos featuring restaurants because people would ask me all the time, where to go to eat. So I started featuring restaurants and cooking from home, doing cooking videos. And then after a while, I got familiar with the foodie community, and I got familiar with a lot of the business owners, and they were just like, hey, when are you going to start selling food? I never thought about it. And one day I was with Chris, owner of Poppy Smash, and he was like, yo, I got some good ideas. So we were bouncing back and forth, and using social media as our basically our iron hammer, just going through stuff, looking through it, and we came across the Scallion Pancake, and we're like, yo, let's try this. So I tried it, and ever since then, it just went crazy. So he actually was the one who kind of threw the name Burrito Boys at me because we're going back and forth with names. And I was like, yo, I actually like that name. And then it stuck with me. So, and then the logo, I created the logo, and I kind of went crazy with the logo because I'm a Mets fan. So what I did was I took a little bit of Planet Pizza and In-N-Out, and I created my Rock is Cooking logo with that. And then I from there, led into the Burrito Boys logo.
I love that, dude. I love that. Yeah, and I know, and it's funny that you said that because I was in my research, I know that the Scallion Pancake burritos, they went viral in New York. Like that was like where it was. Obviously, you being a New Yorker liking that. So I'm kind of curious. Like, had you had one before, or was it you saw it and you're like, oh, we're gonna just kind of make our own version of this?
So the concept Burrito Boys was just like, okay, I'll make burritos. Nobody's making burritos, right?
Yeah.
And so then he was like, yo, there's another way to do it. You know what I mean? So I did start doing it with flour tortillas, and then what is it called? 4th Street Fire Escape from New York. I started to see more of their trending videos. They started becoming more popular, and they were around since COVID, and they just basically opened up a brick and mortar. And I just kind of followed their trend a little bit. They're a bit of my inspiration. So yeah, I mean, the Scallion Pancake was just like, let's try it. Yeah, I tried it, but it took a while because first I tried making them, then I tried finding different brands, and then like making them was just crazy, bro. Like, and then my first pop up, I sold over 200 units, and that was pretty wild. Like a lot of people were like, "Yo, that's unheard of."
Yeah.
For someone to just come out of nowhere and just sell 200 units. And I had to like figure it out from there. So I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. This is crazy.
I can imagine, man. That's got to be kind of crazy. And you definitely set up a system. You definitely, it's like, it was interesting watching when I saw you pop up the last time I saw you. I was like, it was interesting how you had the people prepping and going. They had stuff already going. They had their heating everything up, like frying everything, getting all that stuff ready. And it was funny because like you popped up, and man, let me just tell you, like you popped up. It was like the event started at like 12, and you like literally popped up like 10 minutes before. You like rolled in, and it was like a celebrity. You rolled in, and you were like, okay, let's go. I'm taking orders. And I was like, well, look at the Rock here. And I was like, and he's like, what's up? And he's like saying hi to everybody, and he's like, okay, let's go, Poppy, let's go. And people were just like, okay, this is the order, and he just started writing stuff down. And it was so funny to see it, but I was like, man, I'm like, this guy's got a system down. He, and the fact that you were already prepped and ready to go and had like the scallions, the pancakes were already heated up and everything was kind of ready. You were like, okay, let's go. Yeah. We already got things already prepped, so we can start actually prepping food. Where do all the flavors like come from? Like, where are you keeping all these ideas and recipes? Are you like, and what was like the first thing that you came up with that you were like, this is like my first go-to one, and then okay, let me start writing all these things down and keeping everything together?
Just a lot of the flavor profile first started with my Latin background, right? Like I'm Puerto Rican, but there's, obviously we're here in Orlando. There's a lot of Latin flavor out here, man. And it's just kind of like, what can I play off of this? Like golpe was originally called the Dominican burrito, but then it was called the Domi. So I changed it to a golpe because I wanted to give them the burritos kind of like staple names, like. Yeah. Character, just that flair, and then it being an Asian dish, I just had to kind of try to bring that to the table too. So I think people get it misconstrued and they think that it's Mexican burrito, and I kind of seen, I guess, the word Mexican being thrown around, but I to explain to people is really more of a Latin Asian fusion. So yeah, but yeah, a lot of it just comes from my Latin roots.
And where are you keeping all these things? Do you have like a notebook? Do you got on your phone? All in your head? Really, all in your head?
It's all in my head. I don't sleep, bro. Man. I don't sleep. I stay up thinking. I stay up researching. I've done work with like Stemma Coffee, and they can tell you, they're like, yo, how you come up with this? I do a lot of reading, a lot of research. And I just try to tap into different cultures because Burrito Boys is not, even though that's my background and Asian fusion, it's really all cultures. Because I have burritos that I have a jerk chicken one. I have like that jerk chicken one goes crazy too, bro. You gotta try that one. I got a jerk chicken one. I've done one that's like Nicaraguan, like a little bit of that flair. And I've done like all kinds of stuff, man. It's just kind of like. It's all about reading and doing your research and knowing culinary, Yeah. I mean, I'm not the best chef in the world, but if you put me in the kitchen, I'm going to learn.
Yeah. No, and the reason I always ask, because like my brain's going too, but the thing is, like I come up with like all these ideas, and then I'm like, I got to sometimes write them down, because like if I do go to sleep and it's in my head, I notice what happens to me is I keep repeating it in my head. Because I'm like, I got to remember this when I wake up. And then I'm like, and then at the end, I was just like, forget it. I'm grabbing my phone and I'm like either typing it up or I have like a notebook and I'm like scribble scratching on a notebook or something.
Notebook, yeah. I keep everything in my head. I have some notes, just to kind of like to feed off of it, but I try, everything's in my head.
Was there like a defining moment when you're like, man, I think this is going to work? Like, I think I have something?
When, I might get a little emotional here. When Chef Ryan Stewart, when I asked him for the collab, he was the collab with Thrive. He was a little standoffish. And then he agreed to it after like a couple months. And then he's always been so supportive of me, man. It's crazy. Chef Ryan is an amazing man, bro. And he gave me my shot with the Uber Eats kitchen. You know, in that moment, that's where I knew, like when he came to me, it was like, and we did the collab and it was such a successful collab. He came to me and offered it to me. And he was like, brother, you got something and it's got legs. I think we got to shoot to the moon with this, you know? And, I'm forever grateful for Thrive Hospitality and Chef Ryan and Mike D. Like, those guys are like, I'll do anything for those guys. Those guys are my everydays. For real.
I love it, dude. I love it. What's amazing, and what I think, I don't know if people know this because they know the Rock is cooking and Burrito Boys, and that was one of the things that I learned when I was doing is like, you're also a very accomplished barber, and you know what I mean. So you're an accomplished barber, and I even had to ask because I was like, the way you do it, and you do a really heck of a good job on it because it's like separate lives. It's like two different identities. You got like barber, you know, barber by day, and then you got someone cooking up, you know, some delicious burritos at night. So like, I want to kind of know a little bit, like, how are you balancing that? Because the thing is this, some people, and this is the thing that I give you major props on, because some people, yes, like may have the double life. Like I have a double life like that, but you're not doing just double life. You're doing like almost 3 full-time jobs because you're doing barber, you're doing you're doing Uber Eats available. So that one's available. And that's like every single day that's available. And then you're also doing pop-ups. So like how that, and I said, now I understand why you don't sleep, but that even more reason, like how the heck are you doing it? How are you balancing it?
Yo, I don't know, but I don't know. I'm either crazy or delusional, bro, and I just believe in what I got. But barbering, I've been cutting hair for 17 years, and I'll tell you that the day that I came up with Burrito Boys, I knew something was there, you know? I knew I had, like, a gift that God gave me, but I really thought, like, hey, this is it. I don't want to keep cutting hair, you know? But, you know, I hit a wall, and I had to realize, like, hey, this can't be the end of cutting hair, you know? Even Chef was like, keep cutting hair, bro, till you know that it's time. Just don't stop, because that's really my bread and butter, you know what I mean? And even though I've cut down a lot, my schedule I went from cutting hair 6 days out of the week to like 5 days out of the week, 4 days out of the week now, you know? And it's become a lot, though. I mean, I do work a lot. I want to say my hours are from noon to 7. Sometimes I'll come in earlier and I won't get out till like 8. But it's from Wednesday to Saturday, and then obviously you see me out on the pop-ups on Friday, Saturday. So I had to build a team. My main focus on the Uber Eats is the marketing. So I have to market that. So I use social media as my leverage. So I'm constantly on my phone, online. I'm networking with people as much as I can. And then with the pop-ups, I built a team where now I'm no longer doing a lot of the prep. I have someone who's doing prep for me, and they understand the quality that I want for Burrito Boys. So, which I'm grateful for, because it's hard to find good people that want to work and do the job right. And then just having that team, being accessible to them, and they've been great. You know, like everyone that's ever worked with me has been amazing. You know, at some point they either outgrow me or, you know, I gave them a little bit of an idea for them to kind of do what they want to do.
Yeah.
But the people that I have now is just a different core. Now it's just like, hey, this is Burrito Boys, and that's it. You know? And, that's basically my life. But, you know, other than that, you know, I have a family life as well.
I was going to say.
I have a family life. I have my daughter, you know, my boys. I have a 22-year-old and a 19-year-old that's in the Navy. You know, I'm a grandfather. And, you know, trying to find time to spend with them is like a priority for me, you know? A lot of the boys are a little older, so they're off doing their own thing. My daughter's also getting a little, and she's like, "You're not the cool dad no more. I want to hang out with my friends," you know. So I'm like, "All right, cool," you know. At some point, I make them a priority.
Yeah. No, I totally get that, man. I totally get it. It's definitely a balancing act, and that's kind of the hard part, right? When you're trying to figure out like the priorities and the balancing, it's not fun. Sometimes it's not a fun thing at all. I wanted to bring up, because one of the things I always ask questions like, hey, what should I know, and this and that, and I was kind of, you know, before, you know, to get more information about my guests, even though I do my own research, but like you said something, and I kind of wanted to talk about it because I really appreciate it, and I figure if you brought it up, I'm like, I want to ask because I want to know. Like, you mentioned that cooking saved you from like spiraling into depression,
right?
And you said that God like gave you a vision and a gift, which He did.
Yes.
And I kind of want to talk a little bit about that, man. I want to talk a little bit because I think sometimes we doubt our gifts and we doubt what the universe and what God is talking to us about and or speaking to us. And so I kind of wanted to just kind of ask you a little bit about if you can kind of give me a little bit or kind of share a little bit more of that message that maybe someone needs to hear that today.
No, for sure. This is I'm glad that you're bringing it up. And with sad news, I hate to say, I'm gonna just bring it up, but my son's best friend took his life yesterday, and and he had issues, mental health issues, and he was struggling. And at some point in my life, I think me as a man, for us as men, we have a hard time speaking out our true selves or speaking out our mind or what's on our hearts. I think I carried a little weight on me after my divorce, and I carried, just trying to find who I was, because at some point I felt like I lost myself, and I lived alone and trying to balance my life at that time. I lived in an apartment over in downtown. I didn't know who I really wanted to be or who I was. I was out, doing things I shouldn't have been doing, but I did have this gift, right? Like I started the Rockets Cooking page to kind of find some type of peace in my life. And after a while, when people were asking me to sell food, then I started cooking from home, and I started with little dishes like pasta Alfredo with shrimp and chicken and stuff like that. Birria tacos, just testing out the waters of what my niche could be. And I think it being successful for me, right? It let me know God was in my presence. He was letting me know hey, I have something for you, and just don't brush this off. Take this with great, gratitude. I was just very grateful for what I had in that moment. And being that so many people were supporting me, they were coming to my apartment to buy food, and nobody wants to go to downtown. So they're pulling up to an apartment in downtown, and I'm here feeding them and I'm selling plates. I might have sold 20 to 17 plates or something like that every time I did it. And it was just a good feeling. But I do have a video of one of the times that I sold the plates, and I knew right there, I had to record it to tell myself hey, this is not the end. There's more to come, and he's got something for me. And it's been a journey. It hasn't been easy. I can tell you right now that I've lost a lot, but it's not about how many times I fall. It's about how many times I get up, And I've lost a lot of relationships, friendships that I've cherished, people that I thought I was close with, people that don't understand me, don't understand what I'm going through. And I think it's very important that us as men try to speak to the people that love us the most, anyone, it's not good to keep it all inside. And some people will tell you you're being emotional, or you're being, or, you're overthinking. It's not, man. Just say it, just talk to someone. Don't be afraid to seek help. I was in therapy for quite a while. I've learned a lot about myself in all these years that came. And I think where I'm at now, I am the better me right now, the better version of myself. And I think that I've also learned to communicate with other people's feelings as well in the midst of this. Because sometimes, you don't know what other people are feeling or thinking. So I had to learn to accept that too, because I'm not perfect. I've had my faults. And I think knowing that I could be, I can take responsibility for my mistakes, or my decision making. It's a big thing.
No, I really appreciate you sharing that, and I'm super sorry. My heart breaks for your son's their family's loss.
Yes,
that's got to be so tough, and and mental health to me is such an important thing. It's something that I think that it's so difficult to try to figure out and balance and figure out those things. And so I definitely appreciate you sharing that, man. And it is a journey, right? It's one of those things where it's almost like it's a never ending journey that you try to figure out and become a better version of yourself. So I totally get that. What lessons do you think you've learned along the way for that you think other food entrepreneurs wanting to launch something can learn from you?
Man, honestly, when I started this, I thought this was going to be a cakewalk, but just as hard as it was for me to be a barber, when I started, I didn't have any clientele, you know what I mean? So I was in a barbershop full of guys that were experienced, that knew how to cut hair, that had clients. And here I come with no clients, not knowing anything. I had to work my way up, and I had to realize that it's the same process in this business as well, And for me, at first, it was I want this to be like a restaurant right now, you know? That's just not the way it works, you know? And I think even now, people that own restaurants, that have probably owned their restaurants and they're 3 years in and whatnot and they're struggling, I'm going to tell you right now, marketing. Marketing is everything. And do not depend on the foodies. Do not depend on, on people that are going to, try to make your business. You got to put the footwork in, man. That's it. Like, grab your phone, make a video. I was at a pop-up one time, and I knew there was at this little event that I did, and not to throw shade at anybody, I won't mention any names or anything, but I was busy. And I was the only one that was busy there. And dude from across the way was just looking crazy at me. And I knew him. He's had his food truck forever, and he's been out here forever. And I used to buy food from him back in the days. And then he pulled me to the side, asked me, like, yo, let me ask you a question. All those people taking pictures of you and the burrito, are those foodies? And I was like, maybe like 6 of them were. He's like, so everybody's just taking pictures? I was like, I guess. He said, well, why? I said, social media. He said, I don't use that, bro. I don't need that. I don't use that. I was like, all right, bro. And homeboy who was running the event pulled up, heard him say that, and he was like, you say that, but look at him and look at you. And it was like, it should have been an eye-opener for him, and I hope and I pray that he's doing well. But, like, in all reality, social media is your biggest advantage for any business owner that's out there. Just use it. It's free. Free marketing, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you can pay for a Facebook advertisement. You could do that too, you know what I'm saying? I've had chef ask me, why don't you do the paid advertisements? I don't feel like I need it right now, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing till I know that I need those tools,
Yeah.
But we have a free tool, and I'm going to keep using it. You have Instagram, you have TikTok, you have Twitter, you have Facebook, you have all these sources that are put in front of you. Use them, and if you have something that's dope, like, make it dope. You know what I'm saying? Just don't make it look like a regular burger. Do something with it. Make it look better than a regular burger.
I love that. That's such great advice and great information to be able to share, because I do think that that's super important. I want to talk about Uber Eats because that's kind of currently where you're at right now, and I know that obviously a lot of people are listening to this, but I want them to be able to understand, because I didn't know, because when I think Uber Eats, I'm just like, oh, Uber Eats, but it is a Uber Eats / Ghost Kitchen is what and the beauty of it, and I want you to be able to tell people a little bit about it, because I know people crave Burrito Boys and they want it, and then they're like, well, I have to wait till the weekend. Well, you don't have to wait till the weekend. You can come. So tell people a little bit about the Ghost Kitchen, like what it is, because there's a bar there. I want to be able to kind of tell people to like kind of, so that then we're going to put it in the show notes and all that stuff, but I want people to know that, like, it's usually available. Usually, I think it's like 12 to 10 you guys are usually available for Uber Eats. And I know that this the Ghost Kitchen opens up as well. So like talk a little bit about that. Give some details so people can understand like what else you can, that opportunity that they can come in if they're hungry for something.
So initially, we never intended for us to open the doors for Burrito Boys, but the doors are open at 4 p.m. You can't come around the side of the building to pick up your order if you do order on Uber Eats. So the doors are open, and there's a bar here. You can order a drink, you can order your food. They have their food and they have my food. I think the experience is different when you eat it fresh. The doors open at 4 and they close at 10, and that's Monday through Saturday, right? And then I think on Sundays they close like at 8. But for the most part, Uber Eats is available at all times. Like, it's just, I think for me, it's just like I pitch that, I market that as much as I can, because I do get the messages that we were talking about earlier. I always get the messages like, where you at? Where you at today? Like, where can I don't know how to explain to them. I'm not a food truck. The concept of a pop-up is like randomly popping up places. I do schedule it. You know what I mean? Like, I do make all my flyers. I do all the marketing myself. When I try to schedule, people don't see the flyers. People sometimes, they know that it's there and they're like, oh, I can't make it. But now you have the option of ordering online if you haven't tried it, or if you're craving it, like you said. But yeah, Uber Eats is available. The doors are open 4 to 10. So,
and I want to make sure people know that, because I think that's like an extra layer of difficulty that you're kind of providing or doing. And that's one of the reasons why I find it so amazing how you're balancing it all, because that is like another, it's like you're literally, have a spot where people can go and get it, pick it up, eat it, and they don't have to wait till the weekend to go get it. And that's the beauty of what you're kind of working and what you're doing, which I think is amazing. I've been asking this question recently to all my guests, and I'm curious to see what you'll say. So the universe, like I want to tell, like if you can talk. A lot of times people don't say things out loud into the universe. I kind of want to give you the opportunity to put it out into the universe for you and Burrito Boys. Is there something you want to put out there for people to listen, but also for the universe to hear you?
Yeah, there's something I do want to tell. I always say this, and if people are gonna say this, I want Shaq to see this. Out of all people, Shaq, if you want to be an investor, hit me up. Like he is the ideal goal of who I want to emulate. You know what I mean? Like his marketing, everything he's done for the community, like the things that he does is just amazing. And he would be my dream investor. And that's someone that like I've even thought about like, man, should I just email him? Should I just send him a DM? You know, like
yes.
But like it's a scary thought, a scary idea to for me at least. It's like Burrito Boys to be that big. You know, like it's trending right now. And sometimes it scares me because I'm like, yo, I don't even know how I'm gonna do this, you know. And I've talked to like business owners like Thomas from Pink Floyd's, and I'm like, bro, this is millions of dollars. Like, I look at those numbers, like it's crazy. These build outs are wild, the investments are wild, like the opportunities that you're creating for people, it's amazing. Like business, they don't understand people. I feel like people don't understand that like. When a restaurant opens, there's so much opportunity. It's not for the owner to create or to be a millionaire or be that'll come, right? At some point, if it's successful. But it's the opportunities that you're creating. Right now, I have 3 people that work for me. And those people, those are opportunities that I created for them. I could make nothing. I could care less, right? As long as they're fine. That's all I care about. But yeah, Shaq, hit me up, bro. You know what I'm saying? Let's do something. I'm from Newark. He's from Newark. And I just, he's just somebody that I really look up to. Yeah,
that's awesome, man. I love that. Trust me, I will make sure to tag him when I put this on. This clip comes on, because that's something that I nothing would bring me more joy than that, man. For me, seriously, like that's something that I feel like I'm all about the idea of having. I don't know. My whole thing is like I want to be able to help other people and in some form or fashion, and be able to like all shit, kind of like how everything, like all ships rise with the, the same, with the wave. And that's how it is, man. Like I just want goodness for all. So
I'm saying likewise, man. Yeah.
I love that, man. I love that. What, so I know you kind of answered a version of this already, but I want to make sure, and I know your time is valuable. So I have 2 more questions for you. One is, what advice do you have for someone wanting to start something?
Just do it. Forget about what anybody's got to say. Just do it. If you believe in it, just do it. God will take the wheel from there, and he'll guide you. You know what I mean? Like I said, you're going to fall a million times, but you're going to get up a million times. You're going to keep going. Don't stop. Use leverage. You have free tools in front of you, like social media. Just keep going. Don't stop. I remember when I first started this, because, financially, it takes a toll on you. You know what I mean? Shit, my mom, even my own mom told me to stop. She was like, don't, just stop doing Burrito Boys. But I had to let her know, like, this is not a hobby. This is my passion. And God gave me this gift. I'm going to keep going. I've even had, like I said, I've had friends that I've lost, and they look at me different because they think that I'm different. I'm not the same person. But like that version of me that you saw me when you knew me then, it's not the same version. I'm a different rock. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I love that, man. It is tough. It is tough when you see something that you are passionate about and that you love, and then at the same time, like other people are just like, yo, that's crazy. Like, why are you doing that? Like, it has. Because I've done it long enough now with my brand. Like, everyone was like, "Why would you do a sandwich themed clothing brand? Who wants that?" And I'm like, "I don't know." I'm like, "I do." I was like, "I'm passionate about it. I love it. Like, I love that." You know what I mean? Like there's certain things that you kind of have. Like, you're like, I believe in it. Like, I think there's something there. I'm like, and I believe in it, even though maybe just because you don't, maybe you're not my client, but everyone else around me does, or at least I see it. And then the universe does listen. And then sometimes when you probably, and I'm curious if you've ever had these moments when you're like at your lowest, or when you have your doubts of like, shit, man, I don't know if I'm going to, like, should I? Like, because you have your moments, even when things are going great, you still question yourself. Like, should I be doing this? Like, what am I? And then like the universe does respond to you. Like, it comes back in some form or fashion, and they'll be like, no, Rock, you got to keep on. You got to keep on doing it.
So I hit a wall like maybe after April, right? And I took a little break, maybe like 2 months. 2 months too long, And I can see the decline in the marketing. in Uber Eats, the decline, and even in like, just my sales when I did decide to come out, like everything was just low, and I felt a little burnt out. I'm not gonna lie to you, like I said, this is heavy, and
Yeah.
I do a lot, but I also wanted to build my life outside of it, and which I keep very private,
Yeah.
and but I did what I built my relationship, and now I'm back at it. You know what I mean? Like it is what it is, and let's keep moving, and just like you said, putting it out to the universe will listen. I was struggling a little bit to get back into it, but I found that fire again, and that was just the universe. That was just God telling me like, yo, what are you doing? I got this for you. Look at this.
Yeah.
Look at this right here.
Yeah.
I had to just step forward and really like grab it and do it. Sometimes people don't see the signs. If they don't see it, it's right in front of you. Just keep going and take it.
Amen, man. I love that. Tell people where they can follow you and where they can eat your delicious food.
Yes, sir.
Share all that. It's going to be in the show notes, but I want people to be able to hear it while they're listening to you, especially if they're hungry, because they probably are, and they know where to order and do that and see you.
All right, guys. You guys can check me out on Burrito Boys Orlando on Instagram, on TikTok, on Facebook. A lot of the information is on Instagram as far as flyers go. And you can also follow me at Rockis Cooking, ROCISCOOKIN. And you'll see all the flyers there too and all the things that we do. I just want to give you a quick shout out, Biggie, man. I appreciate you, bro. I know that we've gone back and forth and tried to schedule something, even for you to come eat, man. But I've been a fan of your stuff for a while. I think even before I started the food, I came to see you. And I was actually looking through the threads, and I was like, damn, you reposted me. When I bought a shirt from you over there by on Conway at that pizzeria, Bruno's Pizzeria.
Oh, yeah,
You did a little pop-up with it, man. And I got a lot of my friends that love you, man. I just want to say thank you for pouring into the community like you do, and continue to do what you're doing. Everything you do is amazing, and I see you. I see everything you're doing, brother, and don't stop.
I appreciate you, dude. I got chills. Thanks.
Yeah, bro.
No, seriously, it means a lot to me. So I really appreciate that. Yeah, man. I love what you're doing, dude. Feel your energy, and I want nothing but like much success, so much success for you.
Thank you, bro.
And while you're dropping things, I also want to know, because like obviously, if people want to get a haircut, where can people get a haircut? If you're looking for clients, do they if you need, maybe next time you see them at a pop up or something.
Check me out on Instagram. It's RockDizz, ROCDIZZ. My book is closed, but if you DM me and you're interested, I'll answer you.
Okay, I love that, man. I love that, and I'm glad to hear that your book is closed, because that means you got a steady stream of customers, and that's important. Man.
It's extensive, bro.
No, that's good. I mean, 17 years cutting hair. I know how it is, man. It's just like good food, man. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like good food. Like when you know something's consistent and it's good, you're gonna keep going. You got to keep going back, because that is like a barber, a therapist, and a good place to eat. Those are like some of the must-haves in life, man.
I am a therapist more than anything.
I love it, dude. Well, Rock, thank you so much for being on the show. I know we've been doing this for a bit to try to catch on. I'm so glad we got a chance to have you on, and for both folks to be able to listen to hear Burrito Boys' story and your story. I really appreciate it. Make sure to check them out. Uber Eats, you got no excuses. Uber Eats, you already heard it. You want to eat it fresh, you just go to the Ghost Kitchen. When you look it up, you'll be able to order it. Usually after 4 o'clock, or if not, go to one of the events and get to see him in action. He's like a celebrity. I'm telling you, people love. I took a picture with him. Everyone takes a picture with him. The food, it's like him and the burritos is the must sees. So definitely make sure to check them out. If you enjoyed the show, make sure to subscribe. Make sure to tell your friends. If this episode inspired you, share it with someone and let someone else hear it. Sometimes people need to hear other people's message to get through to them, and that's what I want. I want to make sure that someone hears rock and inspires them to want to follow something that they're passionate about. If you want to support my brand, check out Deli Fresh Threads, and thank you till next time. Keep eating sandwiches and follow your passion. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, guys. Peace.